Hello again, everybody. This is Intuitive Air coming back again. I have another message for you guys. And as I'm shuffling here, I started shuffling before I turned the camera on. But as I was shuffling, one card already fell out, Mother of Earth. And this is from the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle deck. So I'm going to pull some cards here. And definitely take the one that already fell out. So I take that as a particularly strong energy, and I'll look at where that actually falls in the spread. So let's do a few more of these. I usually do 6 cards. Sometimes I'll do 3 and do more if I need to. But this is telling me that I'm getting the message that I need to do all 6 cards this time. So for Mother of Earth, this is at the top center of the spread. What's most prominent about this card for me is not only all this earth energy, but that big old pinnacle that she's got in her hands. So this is a very large pinnacle, and her hands are placed on it. She's holding on to it as if she's real sure that it's there. You know, she's touching it, and it just gives the impression that it's something that she holds with some certainty. You know, this pinnacle. All right, and it's a large pinnacle too. And let's see here what else is here now. To the left of that card in my spread, it feels like past energy. Like before this pinnacle came to fruition, there was a real battle that someone was facing, maybe alone or with someone else. But that this pentacle in this card here, the main card, that this pinnacle did not come to this person easily. Okay, so that there was a lot going on, a lot of air energy here. A lot of what I'm getting is a lot of difficult thoughts and a lot of challenge that came to pass before that pentacle came into place. And this last card that's to the right of the Mother of Earth in my spread, it's called the Matriarch here. And it says also on the card, nurture the, let's see here, harvest. My goodness. So it's nurture the harvest. And so so as you can see, this figure here is actually nurturing a child. And for many of you, your harvest may be a child that comes into your life. It doesn't have to be your child. It doesn't have to be a new child. It doesn't have to be, like a baby. It doesn't have to be necessarily a child that you know or don't know, but there's some kind of way a child is coming into your life. And if it's not an actual child, it could also be a new idea that you're having, or something new that's coming to you. But for some of you, that may mean you're going to be pregnant or having a baby. It could mean that there is a child that's coming into your life in another way that you may not expect at all. But this is your time to nurture this new energy in your life. And if you'll see here, there are the stars around the head of the figure here. That just tells me that this is a very angelically based this child is being put in your life for a reason. This child is going to need you. If this is an actual child for you, and this is going to be how you nurture this child in particular, is going to be what your ancestors want for you. They're going to want you to nurture this child or this idea, and they want you to know that it comes to you through them. It comes to you through the ancestors. They are leading this child to you. And for some of you, they are leading you to the child. But whatever happens, in order to bring this pentacle to fruition, you know, and for me, pentacles are not just money, finances. They are abundance in many forms. And for you, this abundance is going to be through this child or some idea that you happen to be nurturing, okay? And it's something that your ancestors want you to do. This is something that is important for them to unite you with this child or with this idea that may be in a childlike phase as you develop it. Okay? Okay. So once it comes to you and you nurture it and it starts to grow, it's going to bring you some abundance. It's going to be some prosperity, and it's something that you can be very sure about. Okay? And there's just so much earth in these cards. And look at this here. I just saw this at the top. You see those angel wings? See what I was saying about, you know, the ancestors and guidance that you're getting from spirit about nurturing this idea, this child, nurturing something towards abundance. You know, these wings here let me know that for some of you, the guidance will be angelic, and the mark of prosperity or your ability to be prosperous is going to be from some angelic or some ancestral guidance that has to do with a child. And, you know, and something I'm getting here that's a little bit different for some of you. It may be, you know, nurturing the harvest. It may be something that has to do with your inner child, that it's important for you to nurture the child within yourself. You know, I know that you're all grown now and everything, but it's something to do with a childlike phase of something. And that may be your own inner child that needs to be nurtured in order for you to harvest, okay? In order for you to be prosperous, in order for you to do what you need to do in order to get there. Now there's also another card that I pulled that's on the bottom of my spread. It's on the bottom level of my spread. It's something called the Martyr, Sacrifice and Self-Reflection. And what is interesting about this card is that she's upside down, okay? You see all this color and all these layers and all these flowers, but she is upside down, sort of like in a hangman kind of position, which I'm used to with the tarot cards. But for her, she's upside down and she is in prayer. Because if you see here, her hands are clasped together like she's in prayer. And what that means for me is that she's at a time where, or was at a time where you, if this is you or someone around you, where you had to make sacrifices and you had to go within in order to learn what you need to learn, grasp the messages that you need to, whether they come from you or somewhere else. But being in this time of self-reflection for you, you know, with this card, with the pentacle on top, okay, what this tells me is that in order for the mother of earth, the fertile ground to appear, it has been because there has been a time of self-reflection. Okay? And next to it too, this root of air, there has been a time of challenges. Okay? And let's see here. There's another one. This one's called the Judge, Poetic Justice in the deck. And what I usually take notice of in the card is it looks like there's two sides of who you are. But they are balanced now. You see the scales here? So there might be some Libra energy there. But while you have had to go within and self-reflect, this has been what moves you towards justice. This is what moves you towards uniting that duality within yourself to try to promote that balance for you, okay? So that's promoting that balance for you. And if you'll see here that, I think what's important about this card too is that it's a balance within yourself, because you can see there's two figures back to back, but they look very different. But I'm getting the message that they are two sides of the same person. So they're two sides of who you are that you have had to balance in order for the sun to come to you, okay? In order for that abundance to come to you. And this may have been just very difficult. Maybe that's why it's next to this hangman position. Okay, this figure in the hangman position. Okay, so going within to understand yourself a lot better has been part of the journey too. And we have this other figure. This card is Jumbi, Total Disruption. And when I look at this card, there's so much color and it's so much imagery that appears to be moving that for me it comes in, the energy comes in a little bit chaotic. So it's some things that perhaps didn't stand still, or some things you didn't expect, or some things that had a negative impact on you such that they sort of scrambled your positive energy. Okay? And that's next to this card of the hangman figure going within and the self-reflection. Okay, so that's important there. And it's below this card that of the matriarch about the harvest, because this one's on top and this one's on the bottom in my spread. And what that lets me know, since it's next to the self-reflection card, it lets me know that you have had to balance and self-reflect on a lot of things. That may have been at one point in time a lot of things going on in your life, and in order for you to be prosperous and realize those gains, you've had a lot of battles that you had to fight, and a lot of chaos that was introduced on your journey, such that you needed to balance all of that. Okay, and when you balanced all of that, the pentacle appeared, or it's going to appear. Maybe you're still in the battle right now, but the pentacle is going to appear. The prosperity, the abundance, and all this green in this card. For me, that's just, rich in nature and rich in prosperity there, okay? But that's right next to the harvest, okay? And so I think what's really happening here, what these cards actually show, is what's happened in your journey that prompted all the things that came before the harvest and all those things that came before the fertility in your life. You've had a lot of battles, but there will be a harvest, and you will make it through this however you need to, because the harvest is your blessing. The harvest is where you're going to be. Just keep working on it. Keep, making sure that you are balanced. Keep self-reflecting so that you always know which way is the best way to go and you can make your wisest decision. The chaos will come, but as long as you stay level-headed in your journey, the chaos will not matter. Okay? So you're gonna, the pentacle is coming for you. And all the hard work that you have been putting in, it's going to come. Okay, if it hasn't come for you ready, or you don't see it ready, it's coming. And the harvest is yours. Whatever you need to nurture, that will be your harvest if you spend the time nurturing it. Maybe a physical child, maybe an idea, maybe something in particular on your journey that it's going to be important for you to nurture along the way. Okay, so that was your reading. Keep checking me out at Intuitive Air, and I'll definitely have more messages for you. Thank you.